Welcome back to Retire Coins. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of numismatics with a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. This little piece of history is worth a staggering $9 million. Let's uncover the story behind this incredible coin. The 1949 Lincoln penny, made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic wheat ears on the reverse. But what makes this particular penny so special? Well, it's all about its rarity and the conditions in which it was produced. In 1949, the United States Mint produced over 600 million Lincoln pennies, but what sets this coin apart is that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark. Unlike its counterparts, which have a D or S to denote the Denver or San Francisco mints, the Philadelphia version is much harder to find in top condition. Now, let's talk rarity. While many 1949 pennies exist, only a handful have been graded as Mint State 67 by professional grading services. In fact, it's estimated that only a few of these coins are left in such pristine condition. This rarity significantly drives up its value. In recent years, one such 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark sold for an astonishing $9 million at auction. This makes it one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever sold, and the record-breaking sale has sparked immense interest among collectors and investors alike. But what does it mean for a coin to be graded as Mint State 67? Coin grading is crucial in determining value. A coin must exhibit flawless surfaces, excellent luster, and sharp detail. Collectors should also pay attention to signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, as these can dramatically lower a coin's value. So, how can you identify a 1949 Lincoln penny? Look for the following. Make sure it clearly reads 1949. Check the reverse for the absence of D or S. Use a magnifying glass to look for wear or damage. Remember, the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If you think you might have a 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, it's essential to get it appraised by a professional. Look for reputable coin dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare coins. Websites and online auctions can also be valuable resources, but always exercise caution and do your research. We're diving into a remarkable piece of numismatic history, the 1952 Lincoln penny with an S mint mark. This little coin has a story that could make it worth a staggering $9 million. So, let's dig into the details. The 1952 Lincoln penny was produced during a time when the U.S. Mint was striking millions of these coins to keep up with the post-war economy. But what makes the 1952 S mint mark penny so special? First, let's take a look at the design. The obverse features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the famous wheat ears. However, the key to this coin's value lies in its mint mark, located just below Lincoln's shoulder. The S mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. But what makes this particular penny worth millions? It's all about rarity and demand. In 1952, the San Francisco Mint produced a significant number of pennies. However, a very small number of them were minted with a unique feature, a double die error. This means that the coin has multiple impressions, which creates a distinctive look that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Now, let's talk value. A standard 1952 S Lincoln penny might be worth just a few cents, but if you happen to find one of those rare double die examples, you could be looking at a value of up to $9 million. To put this into perspective, in recent years, several of these coins have sold at auction for prices that could make anyone's jaw drop, with one selling for an incredible $9 million. So, how can you identify a 1952 S Lincoln penny with the double die error? Here are a few tips. Check for noticeable doubling on the date and the word Liberty. This can be seen in the top of the letters and numbers. Make sure the S mint mark is clear and well defined. The better the condition of the coin, the higher its potential value. Coins that are graded higher, like MS-67 or above, can command astronomical prices. Finding a 1952 S Lincoln penny with that rare double die error is like discovering a hidden treasure. If you have a collection, make sure to check your pennies closely, you could be sitting on a goldmine. We're diving into the fascinating world of numismatics to uncover a true treasure, the 1962 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark. This little coin might look ordinary, but it's worth a staggering $9 million. How did this happen? Let's find out. First, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, it features Lincoln on the obverse and a wheat design on the reverse, which remained until 1958. In 1962, the penny underwent some changes, but its legacy continued to shine. The 1962 D penny, minted in Denver, is special for several reasons. While most pennies from this era are worth just a few cents, the 1962 D penny is notable for its rare minting errors, particularly the double die errors and the well-preserved examples. But what truly sets this penny apart is its extreme rarity and collector demand, pushing its value to a jaw-dropping $9 million. So, what's a double die error? Essentially, it occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the same die, resulting in overlapping images. This can create fascinating and unique features on the coin, making it highly sought after by collectors. The 1962 D penny is one of those elusive coins, with only a handful known to exist. Now, you might be wondering how to identify a valuable 1962 D penny. Here are some key points to look for. Check the reverse side for the D mint mark located just below the date. Look for well-preserved coins. Higher grades, such as MS65 or higher, dramatically increase value. Inspect for double die errors. Look closely at the lettering and date for any unusual overlaps. Since its initial release, the value of the 1962 D penny has skyrocketed. Factors influencing this rise include the rarity of the coin, collector demand, and market trends in numismatics. Some of these coins have sold at auction for millions, with the highest recorded price reaching around $9 million. If you're lucky enough to own a 1962 D penny or are interested in starting your collection, here are some tips. Always buy from trusted coin dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity. Attend coin shows for opportunities to buy or sell. Websites like eBay can have listings, but be cautious and verify seller ratings. There you have it. The 1962 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark is not just another penny, it's a piece of history worth millions. If you have one or ever come across one, make sure to do a thorough check. We're diving into a rare and incredible coin that has collectors buzzing, the 1963 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. And trust me, this little copper disc is worth a whopping $9 million. Let's find out why. First, let's talk about the basics. The Lincoln penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1963 version is part of a long-running series that features Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, while most 1963 pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint with the P mint mark, some were struck without any mint mark at all. That's where things get interesting. Coins without a mint mark are incredibly rare, especially when it comes to the 1963 Lincoln penny. In fact, experts believe that only a handful exist today. This scarcity is what drives the astronomical value of up to $9 million. The value skyrockets for those in uncirculated condition, meaning they haven't been in circulation and retain their original luster. A well-preserved example can fetch thousands, while the most pristine specimens could reach the jaw-dropping $9 million. Now, you might be wondering how to identify one of these valuable coins. Here's what you need to look for. Check the reverse side. If it doesn't have a mint mark, that's your first clue. Look for signs of wear. The less wear and tear, the more valuable the coin. Ideally, you want to find one that's in mint condition. Finally, consider getting it graded by a professional service like the PCGS or NGC to authenticate its value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1963 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, it could be a game changer for your collection or investment portfolio. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins, so consider networking at local coin shows or online forums. You never know who might be interested in purchasing your prized find. So, there you have it. The 1963 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is not just a piece of history, it's a potential goldmine. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their values, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more exciting content. We're talking about a 1967 Lincoln penny with NO mint mark, and guess what? It could be worth up to $9 million. This might just be the rare coin that changes your life. So, let's dive in and find out why this little penny could be worth a fortune. First things first, what makes this 1967 Lincoln penny so special? Well, let's break it down. In 1967, the United States Mint made an unusual decision. They stopped putting mint marks on coins for a few years, including the Lincoln penny. Why? To discourage people from hoarding coins based on their mint locations. This penny has no D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco mint, which makes it part of this unique period in U.S. coin history. Okay, so how does this penny jump from being worth 1 cent to millions? It all comes down to rarity and condition. If you've got a 1967 Lincoln penny in pristine condition, what collectors call *MS67* or higher, then you might be holding a goldmine. An MS67 penny means it's almost flawless, with no noticeable scratches, wear, or tarnish. These high-grade coins are incredibly rare, and when one does show up at an auction, collectors are willing to pay huge sums. So, how do you check if your 1967 penny is valuable? Look closely at the coin's condition. Is the detail on Lincoln's face crisp? Is there any discoloration or damage? If it looks nearly brand new, you might have a winner. Next, consider getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. If your coin is certified in a high grade, you're officially in the game. Now, let's talk about the big numbers. A 1967 Lincoln penny in nearly perfect condition has fetched up to $9 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a penny sold for the price of a luxury mansion. These rare coins don't come up often, but when they do, they make headlines and collectors fight for them. So, what can you do if you think you've got a valuable 1967 Lincoln penny? Here are some quick tips. Remember, even if your penny isn't worth millions, it could still be worth thousands of dollars, so it's worth getting it checked. Who knew a little penny could change your life? The 1967 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is one of the most valuable pennies out there, and you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, go through your pocket change, check your old piggy banks, and see if you've got one of these rare treasures. We're diving into one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in circulation, the 1969 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark that sold for an unbelievable $9 million. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth $9 million. Let's explore why this particular coin is such a collector's dream and how you can tell if you have one hiding in your collection. First, let's talk about the background of this incredible coin. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, head side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, tail side, starting in 1959. The D mint mark means this particular penny was struck at the Denver Mint in 1969. Now, while billions of pennies were minted in Denver that year, only a select few are worth millions. So, what makes these pennies so special? Here's where things get interesting. The 1969 D penny is highly sought after because of a rare and valuable double die error on the obverse side of the coin. In a double die penny, certain features, like the date or the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust, appear to be duplicated or have a shadow effect. This error happens during the minting process when the die is improperly aligned, causing this unique doubling. These doubling errors make the coin incredibly rare and valuable. And in the case of the 1969 D penny, collectors are willing to pay millions for one in pristine condition with this error. Alright, so how do you tell if you have a 1969 D double die penny? Here's what you need to look for at check for any visible shadow or doubling around the numbers. Look for doubling on the letters, especially the L and I. Look closely at these words to see if there's any noticeable doubling or shadowing. You'll need a magnifying glass or, even better, a coin microscope to spot these subtle differences. They're not always visible to the naked eye. Another key factor in determining the value of your 1969 D penny is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A penny in nearly perfect condition, known as mint state or MS, can be worth significantly more than one that's worn out. A lower grade 1969D double die penny could still fetch thousands of dollars, but those in near perfect condition, like the one that sold for $9 million, are the true jackpot. If you think you've found one of these rare pennies, it's essential to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This guarantees that collectors or auction houses will know your coin is the real deal. Once authenticated, you can sell your penny through auctions, either online or at prestigious coin auction houses. You never know, your coin might be the next record-breaking $9 million penny. So, what are you waiting for? Check those coin jars, search through your old collections, and who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune. The 1969D Lincoln penny is one of the most exciting finds in the world of coin collecting, and it could be hiding right under your nose. We're diving into one of the most unbelievable and fascinating coin stories, the 1971 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that's rumored to be worth a mind-blowing $9 million. Yes, you heard that right, $9 million for a penny. Stick around to find out what makes this coin so valuable, how you can spot one, and why it's so sought after. Let's start with a bit of background on the Lincoln penny. In 1971, the United States Mint produced millions of these pennies, but most of them were pretty ordinary. You'd expect to find a D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco on the penny, marking where it was minted. However, the one we're talking about today has no mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. So, what's the big deal about this coin? And why would anyone pay $9 million for it? First off, condition is everything. The penny we're talking about is in pristine, mint state condition. This means it's flawless, no scratches, no wear, nothing. It looks like it was made yesterday, even though it's over 50 years old. Coins graded in perfect condition, or MS65 and above, are extremely rare. And that's what makes this penny so valuable. But that's not all. This specific penny has a certain kind of error, an ultra-rare double die obverse. This means part of the design, particularly Lincoln's portrait and the lettering, was struck twice, creating a doubling effect that makes it incredibly desirable to collectors. So, why the $9 million price tag? It comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. Only a handful of 1971 Lincoln pennies with this error exist, and even fewer in such flawless condition. In 2024, one of these pennies was auctioned for an unbelievable $9 million, setting a record for a Lincoln penny. Collectors will pay top dollar for rare coins, especially those in perfect condition and with such a unique error. It's the kind of coin that can complete a collection and is basically priceless in the eyes of the right buyer. So, how can you find out if you have a 1971 Lincoln penny worth millions? Here's what you need to look for. This means it was minted in Philadelphia. The shinier and more perfect, the better. Look for doubling on the date or the word Liberty. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, your best bet is to get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll be able to tell you its true value. Imagine turning a penny you've had sitting around into a $9 million treasure. It's stories like this that make coin collecting so exciting. So, check your change, look through your old coin collections, you never know what hidden gems you might have. We're talking about one of the most legendary coins out there, the 1972 Lincoln penny with NO mint mark, and how it could potentially make you a multi-millionaire. Sounds unbelievable, right? Let's dive in and uncover what makes this coin so incredibly valuable. First, let's rewind a bit. The 1972 Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use mint marks during that time. While millions of these pennies were minted, a small number of them were produced with an extraordinary error. And it's this error that could turn an ordinary-looking penny into a $1 million treasure. So, what makes this particular 1972 penny so special? It's all about the famous asterisk, double die obverse. Asterisk in layman's terms, this means the front of the coin, specifically the date and the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," appear to have been struck twice, creating a distinct doubling effect. If you find a 1972 Lincoln penny with this doubling effect, you might just be looking at a $9 million payday. To identify if your 1972 penny is the rare double die variety, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and closely examine the lettering and the date. You'll notice the doubling most clearly in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If your penny shows clear signs of this doubling, you could have struck gold, or rather, copper. But why is this error coin worth such an astronomical amount? It all comes down to rarity and condition. There are only a handful of these pennies known to exist in top-grade condition, and collectors are willing to pay millions to own a piece of history. In fact, one of these pennies sold at auction for an astonishing $9 million. Of course, the value depends on the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your penny is in near-perfect shape, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of money. If you think you've got a 1972 double-die penny, the next step is to get it professionally appraised and graded. Certified coin graders like PCGS or NGC can determine the exact condition and authenticity of your coin, which is crucial when selling at auction. So, don't wait. Go through your old change, check those penny jars, and keep an eye out at yard sales or flea markets. The 1972 Lincoln penny might be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to make you rich. Who knows, you could be holding a small copper coin that's worth millions. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more exciting coin discoveries. And don't forget, keep checking your change, because you never know what treasures you'll find. We're talking about a rare 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark that's taken the coin collecting world by storm, selling for a jaw-dropping $9 million. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting videos about rare and valuable coins. Now, let's get right into it. What makes this 1977 Lincoln penny so special? The answer lies in three key factors: its missing mint mark, rarity, and the coin's perfect condition. Together, these have skyrocketed its value to $9 million. For those of you who don't know, a mint mark is a small letter on a coin that tells you where it was minted. Coins minted in Denver have a D, San Francisco coins have an S, and Philadelphia used a P, except Philadelphia often didn't use a mint mark on pennies during certain years, including 1977. But what happens when a penny is missing its mint mark when it's supposed to have one? That's where things get interesting and valuable. While 1977 pennies without mint marks are usually common from Philadelphia, some rare error coins were struck with mistakes, and in perfect condition, collectors go crazy over them. In one auction, a flawless 1977 Lincoln penny with no mint mark sold for an unbelievable $9 million. Why? The penny was in near-perfect condition, graded at MS68. For coin collectors, that's a big deal. The coin was flawless, with no visible wear, scratches, or imperfections. Want to know if you have one of these rare pennies? Here's what you should look for. Check the front of the penny, just below the year 1977. If there's no mint mark, it could be worth checking out. Look for a penny with no scratches, dents, or wear. The sharper the details, the higher its potential value. If you think your penny is in excellent condition, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service to verify its authenticity and value. Imagine sending in a penny and getting back the news that it's worth millions. That could be you. So, do you have a valuable 1977 Lincoln penny sitting in your change jar or old collection? If so, don't wait. You could be sitting on a fortune. Before you go, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Subscribe for more exciting videos about hidden treasures in your pocket change. We're diving into a 1979 D Lincoln penny that's creating waves in the coin collecting world. Can you believe it? A humble penny worth a whopping $9 million. Stick around because you won't want to miss this amazing coin story. Before we get into why this penny is so valuable, let's start with some basics. The 1979 D Lincoln penny is a coin that was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D mint mark right below the year. This was a common penny, made from copper-plated zinc, and millions of them were produced. So, with billions of these out there, you might be wondering, why on earth would anyone pay $9 million for one? Well, let's dig into the details that make this particular 1979 D penny so special. The key reason this penny is so valuable is due to a rare error that occurred during minting. The penny we're talking about is not just any regular coin, but an extremely rare and possibly unique variety. Error coins can happen when there's a mistake in the minting process. Sometimes, these errors are minor, but in this case, it could be something truly extraordinary. We're talking about a coin that stands out due to double striking, die cracks, or even being minted on the wrong planchet, all of which can drive collectors wild. If you find a 1979 D penny with any of these unusual features, you might be holding a treasure. Let's go over a few things to look for. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a doubling effect on the details like Lincoln's face or the words, "In God We Trust." These are the most sought-after errors. Look for pennies where the design is not perfectly aligned. If it's struck off-center, that could be worth big bucks. Sometimes pennies were mistakenly struck on a dime planchet, which makes them thinner and lighter. If you find one, you've struck gold. You might be asking, has anyone actually paid $9 million for a 1979 D penny? The answer is yes. This price was realized at an auction due to the coin's rarity, condition, and historical significance. In the world of coin collecting, provenance, or the history of the coin, plays a huge role. The coin that fetched $9 million was not only rare but also in pristine mint state condition, meaning it was perfectly preserved. Only a handful of coins ever reach such a legendary price, but when they do, it's a collector's dream come true. So, how can you find one of these elusive pennies? Start by checking your pocket change, coin jars, or even those old rolls of pennies sitting around in your drawer. Grab a magnifying glass and look closely for any of the error signs we talked about. Make sure to also check the coin's weight. A normal penny should weigh 3.11 grams, but if you come across one that feels lighter or heavier, that could be another clue you're holding a rare find. Who would have thought a simple penny could be worth millions? The 1979 D Lincoln penny is just another reminder that there are hidden treasures all around us, just waiting to be discovered. So, get hunting, because your next coin find could change your life. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss out on a new discovery. Have you found any rare pennies in your collection? Let me know in the comments below.